This was my garlic from my spring harvest in 2022. I saved some of the garlic bulbs to sow in the fall for my next harvest in the spring of 2023. Excuse the video quality here, there are a few missing videos I erroneously deleted while freeing up memory for storage, so I'll just talk you through the process of the missing videos. Each garlic clove was separated from the bulb. I started those cloves in a smaller tray with moist soil and covered the tray with plastic for a few days to lock in moisture for better germination success, at least for me. And then removed the plastic after I noticed the leaf or stem sprouting from the top of the clove. When I sow the cloves, I plant the wider end where the clove was connected to the bulb and separated, with the top part of the clove, the narrow end, pointing directly up. When planting in the tray, I cover the cloves with just enough dirt until I can't see the top. Within a few days, depending on conditions, roots form from the bottom and the stem or leaf forms at the top. After a couple weeks or so, depending on the progress on all my cloves, I transplant them into ground. Before transplanting, I prepare the soil by first removing all weeds and applying generous amounts of compost and fertilizer to the rows where I'll install the transplants. Next, I carefully separate the sprouts from the trays I started them in, trying not to damage the roots, and then I plant them in holes covering the entire clove. Just a reminder for everyone who is still with me to please subscribe to my YouTube channel, 2 Green Thumbs. I spell thumbs with a Z. After getting all the garlic sprouts lined up nicely in the ground, at this time is mid to late September, early October-ish. The goal of harvesting garlic has begun, but it's far from over. Garlic takes about 10 months to fully develop before harvest and should be started before frost to overwinter nicely during the colder months. I'm in Garden Zone 8A, Clayton County, Georgia, and we do get light frost some nights and early mornings, but usually not over extended periods of time. Garlic is one of those crops I can count on to grow through the winter and give me a harvest by late spring, early summer. I do mulch my garlic immediately after planting, and other than watering occasionally, I don't have any care tasks for it until late winter. Over the winter months, garlic will continue to grow at a turtle's pace, it would seem. Slow but steady. I appreciate how neat and healthy the garlic plot looks over the winter. Cool temperatures really slow weeds growth. I usually use a balanced fertilizer for garlic, and one thing I like to do different next year from what I did this year is maybe add fertilizer a little earlier, just by a couple of weeks. And during the 7th to 8th month of the garlic's growth cycle, switch the fertilizer to one higher in phosphorus and potassium. Nitrogen is needed by plants at all stages of its growth cycle, but I'm thinking that when concentrating on bulb size, it won't need as much nitrogen as it would the P and K, phosphorus and potassium, for larger bulb sizes. Nitrogen is more so for leafy vegetative growth. Another thing I will work on is weed removal. Towards the 9th and 10th month, I really noticed the amounts of weeds increasing. And I get it, that's what warmer temperatures do. But those weeds can strangle roots and rob plants of nutrients. My goal is to always learn from past experiences and grow from it. And as long as I'm able, share my experiences with anyone interested so they too can grow from it. Once the really cold temperatures start to break during late winter, I heavily feed my garlic plant by side dressing with the balanced NPK fertilizer. I scratch about an inch of the soil, close to the stems but not too close to damaged roots, and take this time to remove any weeds that may start to grow with the warmer temperatures. After creating trenches, I add my organic fertilizer and scratch in with hand rake, then add additional compost and apply more mulch. At this time is where I begin to introduce and liquid feed the plants with fish fertilizer every other week, and apply another helping of organic fertilizer about 5 to 6 weeks after the first feeding. Around the 8th month, give or take a few weeks, these flower stalks start to emerge from the center of the garlic plant. These flower stalks are called scapes, and they are different looking than the normal leaves that have been growing up to this point. These very noticeable stalks will have a bulb at the tip, and after a few inches will always do this curl thing and have a hook looking shape. The moment the scapes begin to curl, it's best to harvest them as close to the base as you can. The good thing is that the scapes, just like the garlic leaves, are edible and very delicious when sauteed with a mild garlic flavor. The reason for harvesting the scapes is that the plant will begin to focus energy on flower production at the tip bud end of the stalk, and when that's removed, it will redirect this energy back to the garlic bulb growing underground. And I'm not sure how true this is, but studies have said that this will increase the garlic bulb size in some cases up to 25%. So I do what the study says, because 10 months is a long time to try not to maximize my results. A few weeks after the scapes form, bulbs are usually ready for harvest, and when the leaves begin to fall back and die, then it's time to get the garlic pulled. This was my garlic harvest for this year. Some bulb sizes I was very pleased with, and some on the small side, but hey, they all edible. I had stored them for a few weeks in a dark, dry place to cure, and then after a few weeks I cut the roots and stems off and removed the dirty outer papery layer, and now have them stored indoors in a cool, dark place, dry, for long-term storage, between 6 to 7 months. Being that I use garlic a lot, and although I have a good amount, I'm sure this batch won't make it to the end of its storage life. But hey, I'm already plotting on sowing at least 3 times more the amount this fall for next year's harvest. Thanks for watching me go on and on about garlic. This is my 3rd year growing garlic, and each harvest is better than last. And it was my pleasure sharing my experience with you. If you enjoyed this video, give me a like, hit the subscribe, drop a comment, and share this video. Green Thumb is not about the skill, but the passion. Let's share this passion and grow together. Remember, your green thumb plus my green thumb equals 2 green thumbs.